everybody. Hey there. My name is Kristen Binford. I have an extra special guest with us here today. My friend Bridgette is going to introduce herself here in just a minute. We are running live on a couple of different platforms this morning, and we're testing some new things. So thank you in advance for your grace if we have any tech things that come up today in this amazing live interview with my friend Bridgette. So Bridgette, welcome to the front of the room. Tell us about you. Tell us a little bit about your venue before we dive in here.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. This is an honor. So my name is Bridgette Perno. I am the creator and owner, along with my husband, of the Legacy on 18 Mile Creek in Hamburg, New York. We are a beautiful timber frame structure that's nestled back in the woods. We have a couple of ceremony spaces. We are basically we built this, and we are the foundation in which the weddings are built upon. And the idea that I get to be a small moment of people's story just blows me away. So we're here, we're excited, and we're moving along.
Awesome, guys. I have to tell you, there's going to be so much fun stuff in this story today. Probably some unexpected things when I ask Bridgette to tell us about her background before she got into this business. So there's going to be some good things. Stay tuned. If you're here with us live, please comment #live. If you catch this later, please comment #replay. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. I value variety. So we're going to start with what's something awesome that you can find to celebrate this morning.
So we were a brand new build. We literally had to do everything underground and above ground. And we are down to only one last thing to do, and that's for the grass to grow. And so I'm celebrating the fact that our construction process has been completed. And that I've had the opportunity to meet so many amazing couples and their families so far, that yesterday I actually booked our 100th wedding.
Yay! Oh my gosh! And you haven't even hosted your first wedding yet. When do you host your first wedding?
July 29th.
Oh my gosh, you guys, and it's May. And you have 100
Yes.
weddings booked. Congratulations.
So and you know what the thing about it is that I want people to take in too, is that I really thought that, you know, we're gonna build this, and maybe year one we'll start out with a few, figure it all out. And then they started happening and booking and all that kind of stuff. And you can let yourself get nervous and freak out about those things. But we've just taken it and embraced it and just thought, like, if you're going to do it, do it. Go full steam ahead, and we are.
I'm pretty sure that's who you are as a person. So I love it. I love it. All right, cool. So why don't we start here? Let's start at the beginning. So back when we spoke the first time, tell us, actually before that, do you have any background in the wedding industry specifically? Or tell me what business you ran and owned with your husband before you got into this business.
That's always a great question that almost every tour asks me, and they're a little taken back when I say none. I have no experience in the wedding industry whatsoever. But I love weddings. I love to plan. And so prior to this adventure, I was a teacher. I taught for 17 years. So I guess there's a whole lot of planning that has to go with being a teacher and managing things. I was a math coach, so I did professional development for math teachers. And I met my husband, and he was a yacht captain from Chicago. And he then told me he was opening up a interactive pirate adventure for kids. And I thought, oh, that's cool. I'm a teacher, you're a pirate. And yeah, and then our story continued with having 2 kids and living in South Florida, and things were great. And we were just ready for a change. We moved to Western New York with our kids for the sense of community up here and just everything that there's to offer. And one day I was talking with a family friend, and she was telling me about her wedding and how it worked and where it was. And I thought, huh, that's really cool. And I couldn't get it out of my mind. It just was stuck. And I said to my husband, I think this is what we should do. And crunched my, all the different ideas and numbers and this and that. And here I
Here we
am.
are. I love it. I love it. So think back. When I don't remember exactly. Do you remember when we first met? What month? What year was that?
It was July of 21.
Okay, so almost 2 years ago. Got it. Where were you at that time in the build, in the business, in the plan? Where were you at in July of 21?
We have blueprints.
Okay.
We owned the property and we had some blueprints. And I had kind of the idea and concept, like raw concept of how our business was going to run. But it was, the biggest hurdle that I felt I had to get over was the fact that I didn't have experience and that I've never actually even catered a wedding before, like worked for, so, I'm a great wedding guest. I love the wedding.
I love it.
But, yeah, so I really, it was getting the behind the scenes, the understanding, because it's an industry that kind of has its own path, yet so many things that I have in my past and my husband has in his past that did help us get to where we are today.
I love it.
But yeah, there was a lot of unknowns I had going in when I first met you. I was like a little baby deer.
Well, I also think what you just called out there is so important, right? Because everybody who comes into this business and into this industry brings their own set of gifts and talents. Some people feel like they have a lot of experience in other industries and other niches or hospitality, etc., that can be applied to this business, right? You guys certainly had a lot of customer service background experience, organizing of things and people experience, right? But I celebrate you for recognizing and appreciating, like, ooh, this business is new to me. And that's so true for so many people who we work with. Also, we work with a lot of folks who say, Kristen, we know the wedding industry, but we don't know how to run a venue, right? Running events is different than running this business, but you had the opportunity I'm going to say, instead of not know anything, I'm going to say you had the opportunity to start fresh without bad habits. How about that? I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. So at that time, I don't remember, were you booking weddings at all? When did you open your calendar to start booking weddings?
I opened my calendar and actually booked my first one in March of 22.
Okay, wow. So 100 weddings in 14 months. That's incredible.
Yes.
My friend. Great job. Great job. Okay, cool. So back when you reached out to me and we had those, or our team, and we had that first conversation, what was it that encouraged you to reach out to us then? Like, why was that the right time? Why were you open to playing full out in that conversation? Tell me about that.
So I think a lot of my previous experience, like my previous job, I was a math coach. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I appreciate and I see the benefits of being coached versus taught or told, you grow so much more. So after our first conversation, and I thought, we instantly connected. I felt that, very easy to talk to. I was very open. I felt I could be very open. I didn't have to kind of, sell myself or anything like that. And you could be honest. And then the fact that, I remember the first time you said, this is going to be work. And I truly believe that you only grow and learn through working it through yourself.
For sure. If
somebody just kind of hands you everything, you are not building yourself and your skill set. You're just kind of becoming more of like a puppet, like doing exactly what someone, and every single venue is going to be different. Every market is going to be different. Yes. Every person is different in how they work and how they function. So the fact that it's a coaching program that you grow yourself with the support of your team I know the benefits of that because that's what I did with math teachers. And so now for me to be on the other end, and I think that it's important to know that right, like, take somebody else's successes or take somebody else's situations and learn from them, and that the community that you've built, everybody's there to do that. Everybody's there to support each other and, say, hey, who can help me with this? And to celebrate. Since the moment I had a phone call with you, you constantly ask me to celebrate myself, and we celebrate others. And it's so important in the world we live in to celebrate ourselves. So
and
that was huge.
There's so few places, you know this, but I'm saying this kind of to our audience here today. There's so few places that you can stand up and be proud of the work and the effort that you've put in. I think that I want to say especially as women, right? But I think that there's so many places that like maybe we feel like, and this is true, I'm sure, of men too, but like, oh, we can't stand up and be proud. We can't celebrate ourselves because that's being boastful or that's being whatever, right? But what's also true is like you worked really hard to get to this point, right? And you have so much to be proud of. I actually want to ask you that. So you tell me about what your first major goal was in terms of bookings and how that related to your birthday. Tell us that story if you're open to it.
Oh, to my birthday?
Yeah. Didn't you have didn't you have an initial goal? And then and let's just kind of talk about the timeline of things. So you started booking March of 2022, right? And what did that look like? What were some of your aha moments or distinctions? What did you expect versus how it actually went? Tell us about just the process over the last year.
So looking back, and actually yesterday or Sunday, I showed the first person who ever booked with me the finished venue, and she hadn't seen it done yet. I mean, I met them in a coffee shop because we were bulldozing the ground and digging holes, and she booked with me. And there's so many times that I think to myself, wow, like, these people, how did they make that jump?
Yeah.
How did they see what I was seeing and all that kind of stuff? And I talked to them about it. And I think that in the beginning, a lot of people booked with us in our 4 little pictures of the venue because they saw our dedication to it. When people come to tours, sometimes my kids work here, on the backhoe, like running things.
Yeah.
We're not only just, I think it was important that we didn't just build a business, we built a place to celebrate people, and we welcome them into our space as part of our group and our community and our family.
Yeah.
And the love and the passion that we have for our venue, I think, is what drew people in at the beginning. Because people will say, like, we booked your venue because we knew it was going to be beautiful, but we booked it because we knew you were going to do everything in your power to get it done.
Yeah.
Which was a huge thing, right? Like, to celebrate ourselves, like, they booked part of me, I was a front. So being true to like connecting with people, I think, has been the important piece. This is their wedding day, and it's about emotions and love and family. So when I truly do get excited about every story. I mean, don't even get me started when they're high school sweethearts. Oh, I lose it.
Oh my goodness. I love it. Go ahead, please.
So I had this goal. I had this goal after a couple of, we got our bookings, and I thought, okay, this is how many people really are going to book something that's not done. So my goal was to have 23 weddings booked by my 40th birthday, which was this past October. And you challenged me and encouraged me. You asked me why 23, and that's my favorite number. So then I changed it to, I wanted to book 40 by 40. And I doubled it when I hit 40. I had almost 80 booked at that point in time. So yeah.
Big congratulations, my friend. So, and listen, for those of you who are sitting in the audience and maybe you're building a venue now, or you're thinking about opening a venue, one of the things I hear a lot as a venue owner myself and a coach is, oh my gosh, Kristen, like, are couples going to book? Couples aren't going to book with us until we're done, or we're in this major ugly renovation, or what. Some of that is true, right? You're never going to book 100% of couples. That's not the goal, number one. But number two, you're going to miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And I want to follow that up by saying that when you are brand new, you have to be better at a lot of things. So what I want you to notice about what Bridgette is sharing here is it's not just that she has a beautiful heart and people want to be a part of it and work with her. That's a huge part of it. That's not the only thing. It's not she just had a beautiful venue, right? There's 100 points in the continuum of the business you've been building over the last 2 years. And what so many new venue owners do is get so focused on the build that they forget to build the business. And I want to celebrate the heck out of you because that wasn't you. You've done a great job doing both at the same time. And that's not easy, right? That's not easy. So I love it, my friend.
And it can be challenging one of the parts was how do I plan this business and how do I structure and schedule and think about how when I didn't have walls or through the program and the things that we did, you had to come up with those things, right? Because people will do it and people will book and then you have to be prepared for that and coming forward and being prepared versus trying to catch up is, you have to be prepared.
100%. And here's a great opportunity for me to share something that I think many new venue owners don't think about is the risk is you have to be able to have the details and the information to make good decisions, to set good boundaries in the business, because the risk is if you book a whole bunch of weddings, but you don't know what those boundaries should be and you don't have consistent answers across your couples, now you have a nightmare situation when you get into hosting weddings because the rules, oh my gosh, like I shouldn't have said that or I shouldn't have done this, but now for all of the couples that we have booked, right, we're going to have mismatched expectations and boundaries, etc. So super duper important. And I think one of the hardest things, quite frankly, about being a new venue owner if you don't get help. So on that note, sometimes we have people who say, and maybe there's somebody who's listening in the audience today, right? Kristen, oh my gosh, I was following you for years before we booked a call. Or I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about reaching out to your team. I've been sitting on the fence. What would you say to the folks who might be in that category of folks today?
I think that I don't know how somebody could follow you for years and not join. No, I'm just kidding. I think that, some people might think, if they're in the process of, building a new venue, your costs are obviously, budgeting is a big thing. Yeah. Or if you're, doing a big renovation, or maybe business is not going the way that you wanted it to, so money is definitely. However, the investment in your programs is priceless. I mean, you just have, not only do you help people with their business and with their venues, but also the aspect of helping people as a person. I became a different person in such a positive way in my strength. I mean, I've never been a boss before. I've never been an owner of anything before. And now I stand tall and I am the owner of the legacy. And it's a great emotional journey. It's a great, professional journey. And to know that you have people in your corner that are there to help you wholeheartedly, the only focus is to help you, you can't beat it. You really can't beat it, and how it will change the aspect of things in your business, or confirm the great things that you are doing, or make you think about things that you may not have thought of that are like, ooh, maybe I should reevaluate that one. It's worth every single minute and dollar and time. It's been wonderful, honestly. And I think that if you got walked away and had three things, it will make you successful. I mean, I think that there's been everything. Somebody learns something from every part of your programs.
Awesome, my friend. Thank you. I didn't know what she was going to say. I just asked, friend. So I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for what's next for you. I'm so proud of how you've grown and who you've grown to be in this business and the couples that you're attracting and your heart for service that still lives through. Like, guys, I can tell you, just like everybody else who's built a venue, not every part of that was easy for you, right? Like, you've had to be resilient. And I just celebrate the daylights out of you, my friend. And I can't wait to see where you go from here. So everybody who is joining us, I'm going to take a quick peek over here at the comments. Lots of love for you, my friend, in the comments. If everybody is loving Bridgette today, comment hashtag Bridgette rocks in the comments today. And we'll try to take a peek at the comments later today if anybody posts any follow-up questions for us. But thank you so much for joining us. This has been a ton of fun. For anybody who says, okay, that's enough. I'm tired of sitting on the fence, Kristen. We want to reach out to your team and talk about how you can help. You can book a call on our calendar. It's totally free to do so. Sometimes we're the best folks to help. Sometimes we refer you out because we really do want what's best for you. So to see our call calendar, kristenbinford.com/accelerator. kristenbinford.com/accelerator. There are no E's in my name, just I's. So, all right, my friend, anything else that you want to wrap up with? You've got an audience of venue owners here in the room. Anything else that you want to say or share before we say goodbye for today?
I'd like to just say thank you to everybody that's watching, because even that support in ways that people could not even imagine. And yes, if you had the thought and you're going, should I or shouldn't I? You should join and give Kristen the call and set up that call with her, because everything is going to be worth your time and money. It's great. So thank you, Kristen, so much for making me a part of your community. You have no idea how much it has changed my life, and I appreciate you so much, and your team. They're absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you. And thank you for saying that too, because Kristen Binford Coaching is no longer just me. There's a lot of folks here who are supporting venue owners through the process. And I have an important question for you. Are you ready for this? Everybody ready for this at home? What are you going to do to celebrate your 100th wedding booked?
So it's wild and crazy.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
As I booked my 100th wedding and gone through the process that you have to evaluate and make things easier on yourself sometimes and be more efficient, I'm buying a minivan.
I love it. Can you please post a picture of you in your awesome minivan in the comments here?
Yes, I will.
Love it, guys. All right, everybody. Thank you, Bridgette, for joining us today. I was going to say tuning in, adding all sorts of extra words here. And we'll see you guys in a future video. KristenBinford.com/accelerator. Thanks, guys.